See this face. What do you think? Is that the war face? Let me see your real war face. We'll promote this a little bit. I think it ties in what we're doing here. U.S. Army taps Army vets. U.S. military taps Army vets to promote DEI school. Won't play it long. Jameson's Travels. You should watch it. This is real quick. Hold on.
I am questioning all the decisions in my life and thinking like
it has like less than 90% graduation rate.
Graded my push-ups probably every single day.
The Army Rangers are some of the most lethal soldiers.
That's some weird Inception shit, right? So we've got this DEI. Let me tell you the backstory real quick. You may be interested in watching it. But let me tell you the backstory. So the U.S. Army hits up a bunch of YouTube guys, which I know. And they say, hey, we're going to give you this inside scoop. We promote this content. So they give them an early release. Well, the U.S. Army's YouTube page sucks. There's nothing good. Emma's Two Moms, remember that? They give it to them. And of course, like a normal person, you want to have a relationship with them, potentially, right? If you're a military guy. And they give them the content's complete dog shit. So then they're forced to go with it. And, you have to bite your tongue, I assume. And it's DEI bullshit. Now, I know people in the chat, I just released a video. Check it out. We're done here. Or check it out now, whatever. People are like, wasn't Trump in charge? None of this is going to happen quickly. We had 12 or 16 years. We had Democrats in charge. Well, that's weird. It's like an Inception thing. We had Democrats in charge. So we know that, right? We understand that. So we have to unfuck a lot of things to get back to some normalcy. And we've got entrenched with the deep state. The deep state. I just want to talk about this briefly. I'm not playing 3 minutes of a Fox News piece. I don't give that much of a fuck, but let me hold on.
And conspiracy to commit alien smuggling in violation of Title 8 USC 1324. We want to thank President Bukele for agreeing to return Abrego Garcia to the United States.
Okay, stop. That's all. I don't want him back. The Venezuelan president we're friendly with. Keep him in that location, that shithole prison. I don't want him back. Why are we doing this? Why is this a win? Make me understand this, please. Maybe it's 3D chess. The Democrats get them. They go on trial, and it's just Democrats like people who do nasty things. Is that what we're doing here? I don't want him. I don't want to pay for it. I don't want to have to pay for his lawyer. I don't want any of it. He was in El Salvador in prison. That the problem takes care of itself. So now we spent how many U.S. Marshals to fly him, the plane. He wasn't on regular air, I'm sure. I mean, no, I don't want the Maryland man. No, not sorry. What are we doing, man? What are we doing? Somebody help me. I know Ben was talking about the veteran biker. I'm like, somebody explain this to me like I'm a 12-year-old. I'm not that smart. I really like to understand it. Jameson.locals.com. If you care to support me, please do consider going there. Greenface Media, then we'll get back to the program. If you haven't, I got some good stuff. Greenface Media, videos coming next week. Greenface Media on YouTube. Check that out. Nothing there now, some intro video. All right, so in light of what we got going here, what month is it? I stand with all of it. That's the month. I just want to play this briefly. You can see the link. It's fucking great. Hold on.
June 6th, 1944. D-Day. Yeah, I landed with the 29th Infantry Division in the first wave at Omaha Beach. My job was to clear the way of obstacles for the DD tanks so we could punch through and get everyone the out of there. Well, we landed, and we were immediately hit by mortar and machine gun fire that tore us to pieces. I can still see it in my dreams. One thing that really stuck out to me in the early morning hours of June 6, 1944. I looked around at my brothers in arms and suddenly realized there was absolutely no trans representation.
I'm not allowed to say anything on that. I think it's a pretty good video. I had to share that with you. All right, this is the image, right? The thumbnail. You didn't build that. Remember that? That was Barry Obama. Barack Obama. You didn't build that. Never proud of America. America sucks. Not exceptional. This one's really unique. This one's exceptionally stupid. She goes, I'll play it. I'll shut up here. White people, you didn't work manual labor. You never worked in farms. You never did anything. None of it. Okay. Interesting.
White people have never built their own houses, farmed their own farms, worked manual labor in the history of the United States. So when all the workers are deported and there's no one else.
So white people have never worked manual labor in the history of the United States. That's an interesting statement, isn't it? Huh. I bet she believes that. That's the scary part here. She's too stupid. It's the Dunning-Kruger principle. You guys know that. She's too stupid to know she's stupid. Think she knows everything. Now shut up and let it play. Oh my God.
Here to fulfill that role, because Americans, especially the ones that look like me,
Right.
are not going to do manual labor for $5, $3, whatever. That's statistics and predictions of literally AI bots who are smarter than humans. It's not looking good for us. We as American citizens collectively have to put it in to this corrupt administration.
Well, interesting statement there. I remember migrant workers migrated here and they migrated back to where they lived. That was an interesting phenomenon. Migrant workers, they migrated here. They lived in Florida. They picked tomatoes, went to Virginia. And they migrated back home and took their money. They're very pleased. They take their money back home, and it was a lot, US dollars to dinero, pesos. It was a good deal. They went back home. We didn't have a thing. You couldn't stay. You just came and worked and you left. And I remember when construction and roofing was done by white guys and black working poor. That's how it was. It's a thing, Florida. No more. Lawns? Who did lawns? You can't get people to do lawns. Well, people like me did lawns. Who worked at fast food? I did. I worked at Burger King. So that's who did the work. That was a thing. I'm not that old, despite what the internet says. That's a weird thing, isn't it? That's a weird statement by a dipshit. I don't know what Keith said, but he nailed it clearly. I have worked manual labor over 30 years. She can go to hell. Yeah, Keith. Yeah. I mean, I can give you a litany. Keith, tell me what you did. I can tell you what I did. I did dock work. I did block work. So construction. And then I got into my own lawn business, which included palm trees, climbing up palm trees on a ladder, which was sketchy at best. Rats jumping out. Did that. And then the big job. Here's a good one for you. And we'll go on. I worked at Walmart in the 80s and they gave me stock. You know what that stock's worth now? Ooh, boy, oh boy. I always like jobs that I could eat at. That was the thing. I mentioned Green's Face Media next week. Kind of be like I'm doing on Scuttlebutt, or like, I'm not going to do, I may cover stuff if it's news related, if I find it interesting and it pisses me off, basically. It'll be the social cancer. Try to tie it back together. I'm remonetized. So I'm starting fresh with these channels. I know a lot of channels. I'll shut up about that. All right. This is a skit, I believe. It's about the food stamps, right? I got on Ben's show, veteran biker, Ben Dykes. I'm not against people who are disabled, who need food stamps from the pinch, they're in a whatever, right? They need it. It's there. Do I want to pay for it? Well, I want you to be able to take care of yourself, but I understand people can't, things happen. That's all true. But when you see this rash of people with a shit ton of kids, these unlimited food stamps, all this money, you go, I don't like it anymore. I don't want to do that. When I go to the store, this is not pretend. I walk to the store and the person in front of me's got the little EBT thing. And they've got 2 groceries baskets full of shit, complete garbage, a diabetic carts. I don't like it. Me personally, I don't want to pay for it.
It's been day 5 and I have not received no food stamps. My disability checks is on hold. My cash benefits is not coming no more. They're still pending. It is the taxpayer's job to pay for my kids to eat and for my kids to be taken care of. I have over 2,000 followers on TikTok.
They truly believe that, though. I mean, just listen to the Democratic Party, MSNBC, my human rights, healthcare, housing. Housing's got to be air conditioning, right? You got to have air conditioning. I grew up without air in Florida, so you don't, but you got to have air. And they're all fat, so they're getting plenty of food. They need a cell phone. We had Obama phones. The list is fucking forever. We got to have this transportation because they can't walk. I mean, it never ends with these people. It's their human right. And now the Democratic Party, the only position, I heard it from Eric Swalwell, their only position is we're the party of healthcare. And Bernie Sanders came out, and I'll leave Ben Dykes and all you guys, these people, I'll leave that to those people. Bernie Sanders came out recently and said, we got to have government healthcare because our healthcare system doesn't work. After he told us Obamacare is going to solve the fucking problem.
And I can't get not one person to send me 50 cents. If you're watching this fucking video and you can't send me nothing, I'm blocking you. I'm fucking blocking you. 50
Oh, wait,
cents
wait,
of my
wait.
kids have not ate in 5 days. It is the taxpayer's responsibility.
I do love the influencers that e-beg. There's a list of them, and I'm not talking people like the TikTokers, a lot of e-beggars on TikTok. Here's the thing. If you can e-beg and you get paid, God bless you. The fascinating part is I saw the quartering get up there one day and go, hey, man, I'm about to lay off employees. I can't afford this $80,000 coffee machine, for his coffee brand thing. After he showed us his 3 cyber trucks, his fucking $150,000 worth of tractors, his big house, dude's making $250,000 a month. Quote me on that. And he e-begs, like, come to my group. Like I said, come to jameson.locals.com. I've been demonetized up until about a month ago. So I was making nothing off this except for shilling reading ads in Locals on Jameson's Travels. If you're not a subscriber there, make sure to do it. Jameson's Travels, I'd read ads, and that would be it. In other words, it's a great job, but you hear people, the e-begging is my point. I love the e-begging. It's fun. And people give money like, hey, my house was broken into, and they stole all my computer stuff or my cameras and shit, right? Let's make this up. And they say, that was $100,000 worth of stuff. People are like, oh my God, I need to help this person. I love this person. And people pay. It's like the GoFundMe's. It's shocking.
To take care of my kids. Yo, I just seen a video, and that's
Somebody on Rumble said the quartering never stops begging. He is a master at it. And people must pay. He's a master.
exactly what the fucking lady was saying, bro. I'm fucking dead.
Bro.
Bitch, it's called get a job, ho.
Bro. Some of the skits are good. Do you remember this guy? He gets on the grift to be anti-everything. I think he's so far left. And then he came out about the military. Come to find out military careers. He's going to sue everybody. Remember this fucking guy? He's like, send everything to Ukraine, send troops, blood, treasure, send all of it. Follows the basic talking points of the leftists. Like every fucking talking, he has no thought. No thought enters his mind. This fucking guy. And there's a whole bunch of those, like the hate being white. I mean, this lockstep of the points. He's great.
This is going to sound a little bit harsh, but please hear me out. If you voted for Trump, I most likely want nothing to do with you for the rest of my life.
All right, suck a dick. Cool. We're good. Like, I don't know who people voted for. I don't ask them. Like, if somebody is outlandish with their politics, I can infer, but I don't ask anybody. Like, people infer now. That wasn't always a thing. When we had Romney and McCain against Obama, I didn't know who people voted for. When we had Clinton against, who was it? Clinton against Bob Dole and Bush, I didn't know. I voted for Ross Perot the first time. I didn't know when people vote. Did you vote for Carter? Did you vote for, did you vote for Reagan? Why do we know all this stuff? Like, we're friends and we hang out. I don't know who you voted for. I don't care. People are so radical, hyper politicized.
You have taken away honor out of this country, dignity. You have taken justice away. You have taken my peace, my son's peace.
He always has sad music too, and he's got a history, this guy. Tell me in the chat, do you think he's got a criminal history? I already gave that away. Answer is yes. And what it is. He had a history. Of course, you can find anything about these people. And it wasn't a flattering history. It wasn't like child stuff, but it was, smacking around his old lady, allegedly, there was some stuff in there. He's like, Mr. Love is love, bro. DUIs. I mean, it happens to people. I get it. But he's so virtuous that you go, slow down, fella. Slow the fuck down. Enough.
For the next 4 years.
He said 1 to 3 years for theft. That could have been one of, I can't remember. He was a big to do.
Most likely beyond. And most importantly, you have taken away the rights of people. People that have always left you the fuck alone. And live.
Whoa. Left me alone. Are you joking? What is he talking about? They won't leave me alone. They force people to take a poke to retain their position, their job, or to go, do basic life things. That was a real thing. They kicked you off social media because you disagree with people on politics or what happened in an election. Kicked you off social media if you disagreed about safe and effective. What do you mean they didn't do anything? You go to the ER, it's jammed up with people who don't belong here. They're not here legally. That happens. I mean, what are you talking about? It don't affect you. You scumbag.
Their life. But for some fucking reason, it bothers you that they're going to have rights. Instead of educating yourself and holding your candidate accountable, I had to sit and listen to you people tell me that Hell's Angels was on its way to Colorado. I had to listen to Jay say he was going to make stories up if he had to. I had to watch a community shut their schools down. And instead of you people opening your little Trump Bible up and treating every stranger as though they were Christ, you chose that road.
Of course, he's going to do the religious grift too. Of course. This guy is a meme. He is a meme. Speaking of meme. Well, let me keep my mouth shut here. I'm just showing you what the world's going on in the world here. Social media, right? I'm not allowed to say anything, so I'm not going to. But keep it clean in the chat. Keep it respectful.
I often get told, you look like a man. Okay, I'm going to get in so much trouble, but I like trouble. The earth looks flat. What do you want me to do? What would you like me to do? The earth looks flat. It is not. I look like a man. I'm not one. What? This is the part where we hold the boundary. It will seem unkind, but it's very kind. When are you going to grow up? When are you going to trust the experience and the human dignity of people like me?
I respect your human dignity. I don't know exactly what that means, exactly, but I respect it. I'd say that. Like, if this individual is my neighbor, I say, hey, neighbor, we don't have to have a lot to do, right? And if they're doing their lawn, I said, hey, I got any gas for a weed eater? Like, yeah, sure, here you go, no problem. Hey, thanks. Like, there's not a big thing here. I don't understand where this happens, all this beyond social media. This individual has got a book on Amazon top seller, Apple Podcasts. I'm not going to say a lot. I stand with all this, of course, but I think it's fascinating. There's not like a discord, like a problem until you infringe on my life. And then I go, whoa, hold on.
I look like a man to you.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. When are you going to join us? When are you going to join the leading scientists, for one? But also, when are you going?
Who are the leading scientists on this? I'm going to ask it a real question. Who are the leading scientists? I'm not being hateful and harmful. I'm curious. What do they say exactly? I don't get that information. I guess I could AI it. I'm sure my buddy would tell me, how dare you do this? But I'm just curious, and I hear it, and I try to think, if I'm sitting down, I'm really trying to break bread. Like, I'm not going to say anything about the person. And they say, well, the leading scientists. I go, wait a second, who are these scientists we're speaking of? Curious? Just a curious guy. Look at that caption. Okay, so if you notice this group of leftists, since, I don't know, maybe it was BLM, St. Floyd, that timeline, Summer of Love, right? They've gotten very kinetic. That's what they've gotten. That's what I have noticed. Hold on.
And I have a question for everybody in America. Honestly, the whole world, but whatever. We'll start with America. Are you guys ready to, revolt yet? We're ready for the revolution yet? Are we ready to do whatever it takes to make things better? Because I don't even want to share all the things I've found out today about what's been going on in our country alone. Are we really going to just wait till we hit rock bottom, or can we just decide collectively that this is...
Wouldn't you say it's only been 6 months? 6 months. Even if all the Trump executive orders were happening it would take a long time to get down to an individual level. Maybe if you're illegal, they'd arrest you and send you home, but her, no. Wouldn't you say it take a long time for this to happen? Tax policy, these policies, laws. I mean, laws come in, then they trickle down. Someone's got to enforce the law. So it doesn't happen overnight, right? I would think that as a human here in the room. I have a hard time conceptualizing what the fuck I'm supposed to get from this. Because, Trump was in office a month and they go, oh my God, can you believe what's going on in America? I'm like, he hasn't had time to do anything. It's like when Pam Bondi got in there the first week, like Pam Bondi released information like she's been there a week. Kash Patel, what do you think of that on Rogan? I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of the celebrity going the tour. Just produce for me. Tell me when you've got arrests or important information that protects me, and that's all I really care about. But our politicians have all become celebrities. That's been long. I mean, we've got a celebrity politician now. All of them become celebrities. Obama gets out of the White House with the $75 million Netflix deal. Okay, that's pretty much how it works. But who are these people? How do they get this thought in their head?
Pretty good for rock bottom, and we're willing and ready to lay down our lives because it's just going to get worse. And I have a question for everybody in America.
So, lay down your life because it's going to get worse. Do you think they're really willing to do that? Now, there's a fisticuffs. There's a duel. 5 paces of duel. Swords. They're willing to lay down their life over something. I don't know what the thing is. Let's call it global warming or, I don't know, keep every illegal in the country. They're willing to lay down their lives. Do you think that's true? I don't think it's true. I don't think they give 2 shits about these causes they pretend to care about. I think it's all a lie. But it's powerful. After the summer of love, you saw how much powerful it is. You saw what happened. You saw what happened in the 2021 election. If you showed up there, even if you weren't in the building, I'm talking in code here, you could be arrested. You could be sitting in Texas. I think the Proud Boys guy was sitting in Florida, wasn't he? I don't know a lot about that. Beyond what I read in the news and my common sense, he's sitting in Florida. How does that work? Okay, then we have the Presbyterian Church right near the White House burned down. They're like, no one's arrested. You arrest the guy at the abortion clinic who's praying. You raid his house with a SWAT team. Yeah, we can't find an Antifa. Well, or can we find them? Well, the answer is we can find them, right? We know who they are. They just choose not to prosecute them. So, Merrick Garland said we can't find them in front of Congress. Oh, you can find them. You're just choosing not to do anything about them. That's what's happening. I mean, you know that. I'm not trying to talk down to you here. I think that's what's happening. That is what's happening, my friends. Okay, thank you for being on YouTube and Rumble. I appreciate all of you. I'm going to go to locals. If you're Green Face Media, next week videos are coming there. Should be fun. Going to my locals, folks. But thank you for your eyeball time. I'm going to get to this next case here of this fine person. She's fun. Going forward, any live streams will be on Green Face Media. I may go to the green platform on the old thing. Won't even mention it because the AI gets your talking. Thank you. Check me out.